What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? So since it's my birthday, come on, I decided to go, since I had to go over to the vet anyway, near the vet is a St. Vincent's. So I'm like, it's my birthday, I'm going shopping. Haven't been in there in a while. And I kind of stopped going to the St. Vincent's because they don't necessarily process their own stuff anymore. And if you go to the ones in the good neighborhood, you used to get a lot of good stuff. Where now they ship it all to a center and then they divvy it out. So it's not as great as it used to be. And then plus they raised the prices on everything. So that's why I've been going to the St. Vincent's bins, because you can get the stuff there that's overpriced in the store that nobody buys, and you pick it up for next to nothing in the bins. So not a smart business venture on my end by raising the prices the way they have on a lot of stuff. But hey, it is what it is. So I went in and spent $27. So you can see what I bought. So most of that $27 was spent on this. This was $12.75, but I had to get it. It looks about 80s Southwestern style with that, I think his name's Joe, right? But very cool clock, even though, you know, nothing spectacular, but the fact that I think it's 80s, when I put that on backwards, I did. So I figured I should be able to get more than 12 bucks out of this. If not, if I had a place to put a clock, I'd keep it. So got that. Nothing major. I did get this for myself to hang up somewhere. And of course they put tape on that. So that's mine. I got these balls for $1.75. They're like commemorative McDonald's balls there. But then I saw these two that had all these autographs on them. At first glance, I think they're printed. Anyway, if you look at something like that one. So I think they're printed anyway, but I don't know what they're worth. I don't even know whose autographs they are. So I figured I'll take a chance for $1.75 on those. Why not? I can make more than $1.75 just on those two commemorative balls. So no big deal there. I used to pick these up at the bins all the time and sell them for like 10 to 15 bucks a piece, but I never seen this one before. It's like Space Shuttle inspired. So $1.75 for this puzzle maze piece. Sharper Image, I think, made these. So not sure if there's still any value in those anyway, but I'll play with it a little bit first. More for me to play with than get rid of them. These were $1. I picked up two different cars, $1.75 a piece. First up, I got the Trans Am, which one of my dream cars is like an 80 Trans Am from not Smokey and the Bandit 1, but from Smokey and the Bandit 2. They have different rim style. And they also have a little bit more of a flair to the, like more of a wide body feel, if you will, on the 80 ones compared to like the 78 that's in the first movie. This is more like the 78. When I was little growing up, I had a lot of Trans Ams were my choice of toy cars. I wish I still had them. I have no idea what happened to them over the years. And next got this cool race Mercedes. So again, $1.75 for that. Figured that one's probably a commemorative of a race team of some sort, so do a little research on that. Sure, I can make more than that off of that. Hopefully. I got this for free because I was happy when I saw it on the spine. It said Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab MFSL. I'm like, yes. And I'm like, as I'm grabbing it, I'm like, I know it's going to be empty. And it was empty. So I took it up to the counter. I go, I'll pay $1 for it. You know, it's their CDs are $1 anyway. Even though it don't have a disc in it, she's like, no, I'll just take it. So I think the CD itself, with the CD, is like 45 bucks. So I'm thinking I could probably still get 10, 12 bucks just out of the case and inserts alone. So, for free. I take that. And lastly, I need to find cables for this to see if it works. But we got a Dymo thermal printer. Paid $3.50 for it. So, don't know if it works. So I'll see if I can order a power supply, I guess, or see if I have one around here. And then one more item, which is a bigger item. But only paid $1.75 for it. And gotta decide if I'm going to be able to use this for anything or if I'm going to sell it. But it is a zebra, like a marker pen display case that was in a store. So I'm not sure what I would sell so small that would, you know, usually put them in those little cases. So I'll probably end up just throwing this up in my store, see if anybody wants to buy it. Some artist or something might like it for their art room or whatever. So that's probably what I'll do. There wasn't none up when I looked, so I'm not sure what I could get out of it. I'd probably put it up, since you only get them, you know, since you can't buy them, I'll probably put like a $50 bill on it with best offer and see what happens. So anyway, nice little quick stop by the thrift store while I was out. I got the paperwork on the St. Bernard, and all looks good on the paperwork, up to date on all the vaccines and everything. So the next step is the owner offered to drive up here. So reaching out to him and see if that's something he wants to do, and go from there and see how Pee-wee. I'm like, man, I got to change that name, but I can't change that name because first off, the dog's 1.5 years old. And, second off, it's, like I said in the other videos, my mom's dog before I was born that she talked about so much when I was little was Pee-wee. So I want to keep it on memory of Pee-wee. But as I'm driving home from the thrift store, I'm like, Pee-wee Herman. Okay, he's awesome. What was his name? Reuben Paul. So we can play Pee-wee, slowly turn into Pee-wee Herman's, Pee-wee Roman. Try to play with all those, you know how when you get a dog and they get nicknames and stuff like that. So I'm like, well, if we go into the Pee-wee Herman world, I'm sure we can find a cool nickname with one of his puppets or whatever. I can't remember all the names of his robot and stuff as I stand here, but I'm sure Pee-wee we can turn into some cool nickname from Pee-wee Herman show. So without confusing the dog over time. So that's the way I'm going with it. So we're still going to call him Pee-wee. So anyway. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you all in the next video. Later.